we're just gonna start with that. We're just gonna start with that. Okay, so anyway, let's go, girls.
If you grew up in the early 2000s or late 90s, you watched PewDiePie in 2016, and you enjoyed PewDiePie's videos, thought they were funny and cool, and then one day a video shows up in your recommended, and it'll have a really pretentious title like, Social Media and the Sinister Rise of Fascism. From there are two paths. You either didn't care about this video and went on to join society and get a job, or alternatively, you really liked this video, thought it was really smart, and then subsequently shaped your entire personality around a 20-minute video made by a guy who was desperately trying to get laid in college. Then you dedicate yourself to a 200 viewer Twitch stream and die early. That's Xanderhal. That's who Xanderhal is. The reason for the major increase in political content comes down to the 2016 election and Donald Trump. Donald Trump simplified politics massively because he was funny. Joe, shut up. Joe, you got L-Riz, skibbity toilet Riz. You get zero gets.
This is just undeniably true. Trump is hilarious, and that's why people like him. The DNC would do well to try to replicate the cult of personality that Trump has, just because he's like so fucking funny. He just like be saying shit. And people love that. People love an unhinged girly who just be saying shit. People love it. Like Kamala Harris, she's hilarious. She is so funny. Embrace the K-Hive. Like, it's just, we can't even fucking compete with this man because he just says the craziest shit ever. He just says the craziest shit. We just can't fucking compete, you know?
Gets in Ohio. I get so many gets. In Ohio. I was in Ohio just last week. I got so many gets. And then there's your son. I took one look at your son. I said, Joe, he's gay. Your son is gay. Your daughter's dead. She died in a car crash. Tragic. Absolute tragedy. But she's dead. El Bozo, rest in piss. Our politics is filled with midwits who don't know what they're talking about. Xanderhal is an anarchist, and much like all anarchists, he looks like he would make a solid meal for a
Incredible build. Incredible build. Oh my god. Oh my god. Incredible build, bro. Incredible. Like, hit the gym, guys. Hit the gym, you guys. Like, it won't kill you to do some push-ups. In between, like, overdosing on marijuana and chugging fucking Monster Energy, ripping the shit out of his vape, like, every 2 seconds. This is what vaping does to you. If you're a real man and you smoke cigarettes, this doesn't happen to you, okay? This jug of water right here hasn't been touched in months, okay? This is the sleeper build, you guys. If there's anything that I can convince you guys to do, is to go to the gym, okay? You don't want this to be you. You wouldn't let this happen to you. Incredible build. Incredible.
For a guy like me. Because anarchy is really hard to convince people on, he decided to pretend to be a socialist to garner an audience, but quickly realized that being a socialist was too hard, so he uprooted all his political beliefs and branded himself as a sock them. Xanderhal is famous for being radicalized into the alt-right through Minecraft. Everybody knows this, it's like his main thing. He mentions it in every stream. He also claims his parents were emotionally abusive, which I interpret as his parents made him do chores. But we can't confirm this, because Flamenco never managed to call the guy's mum. In hindsight, I bet he wishes he did, and quite frankly, so do I. Before we start the rest of the video, I'm going to tell you about this first, so we can really understand the caliber of person we're talking about here. Basically, to cut a long story short, his girlfriend was cucking him with another man and simultaneously spending all of his money on meth. This was going on for months and he never noticed. She wrote a big fuck-off tweet longer about it, the funniest part being that apparently Xanderhal would complain to her in texts because his mum refused to buy him weed. He also...
Literally, I hate when my mom does that. Anyway, the thing that I thought that was the best part, I think that Bungie goes over it in this video. I don't remember. The funniest part about like the Xanderhal like Lanny situation. So for people who are unfamiliar with the lore, Xanderhal was dating this girl, Lanny. They like met over the internet and moved in together. Critical error. Anyway, Lanny didn't work. She like did shit around the house for Xanderhal. She was a good trad wife, okay? She was a good trad wife. However, Xanderhal, in his infinite wisdom, decided to not have a bank account and use PayPal as his main bank account. For some reason, I don't really understand the thought process behind that. Anyway, what Lanny was doing was giving herself money and then like hiding the transaction on PayPal. So she would give herself, you know, like $5 here, like $10 here or whatever the fuck. And then she would like hide it. So if you open your PayPal app and you go through and there's like hidden transactions, unless you get into the settings, you can't see what those hidden transactions were. So she was stealing money from him for a really long time. And apparently, this is obviously alleged, Xanderhal shows like screenshots of her like doing that, but she also was in charge of like buying groceries and shit like that. So I don't know how much of it was her like taking money and how much of it was her like giving herself money on her debit card to like go and buy groceries. I don't know. Either way, Xanderhal made like this big twit longer. He kicked her out and was like, get the fuck out, blah, 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 or whatever. And then there was like there was drama around it where he like changed, he did something, he left or something like that, and then he came back to their apartment and he claimed that she was cooking meth in his apartment. And instead of doing what like a normal human being would do, like when they come home and they discover a meth lab in their apartment, instead of calling the police, Xanderhal cleaned it up. And then supposedly he had all these pictures that he was going to post to prove that she was like this fucking evil meth head that was like stealing his money to do meth and crack and all this other shit. Those pictures never manifested. And the reason that everybody thinks that she was, in fact, doing meth is because she ended up getting arrested with, like, 3 other people. I think somebody had, like, a suspended license or something like that, and they got pulled over or their tabs were expired. It was something stupid. But somebody that was with them had methamphetamine on them. So it's... Lanny claims that she wasn't doing meth. The people that she was around were the ones that had meth on them. She just happened to be, you know, like wrong place, wrong time, or what have you. But anyway, Xanderhal says that, you know, she was like this big meth head and she was stealing money from him and blah, 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 and all this other shit. And then he was supposed to drop a big nuke on her and show pictures of this alleged meth lab and all this other shit. But that never came. We never got pictures of this meth lab. He never called the cops in regards to this meth lab. So that's kind of where we're at right now with that.
Spent $6,000 on a PC and then accidentally installed a bunch of malware onto it, tweeting out,
"My 6K PC is basically completely broken. I started getting system 32 errors when trying to launch like 50% of my programs, so I tried everything up to reset into a previous state. Now I can't open any programs. I really need help here. I can't afford to replace any hardware."
Another time, all of his life.
Also, quick question. Why the fuck would you spend $6,000 on a PC to stream on? That's like an insane amount of money for like a streaming PC. That's fucking bananas. And then if you're going to spend that much money, you might as well just build your own. Why the fuck would you order like a pre-built fucking like streaming computer for that much money? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Life savings, which he stores in PayPal, were hacked and then siphoned out of his account and into fucking Steam games.
So someone hacked my PayPal or Steam. Don't know what you...
I totally forgot about this too. His fucking PayPal literally got hacked. And then this dipshit kept using PayPal instead of getting a fucking bank account. Like, I just don't understand it, bro. I don't understand it.
Somehow I siphoned all the money out of it into their Steam account. RIP all my money.
What does he mean by this? What does he mean by this? Is he storing 50% of his life savings in his fucking Steam wallet? Yeah, I see no issue with taking your economic opinions from this guy. You ask this guy to invest, he puts it all in V-Bucks. When asked why he left all of his money in PayPal, he said... That's fucked up. That's fucked. He needs that money for his chemotherapy. Xanderhal, bless his heart, he's not the best at debates. He once got tricked into supporting a Down syndrome genocide.
You would support a...
Okay, this is a famous Xanderhal clip, by the way. But anyway, the other famous Xanderhal clip that I love, and this is actually what originally got me on the Xanderhal hate train. This is what converted me into a Slanderholic, was Xanderhal debated Lauren Southern. Lauren Southern, our alt-right trad con queen, love her. Anyway, she wrote a kid's book, and it was called The ABCs of Morality, and it was like A for always treat others with kindness, B like be respectful, like shit like that, just like a normal kid's book. But before the book was even published, Xanderhal challenged her to a debate on the book for some reason, and she was like, oh yeah, this is going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy. So she agreed, obviously. And then so he tried to debate her on this book. And the book by itself is like nothing. Like it's nothing. But he kept trying to use it to like be like, oh, but like didn't you shoot at, you know, illegal immigrants on a fucking raft like 10 years ago? And she was like, I am not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about my book. So big L on Xanderhal's part. But the best part of that entire fucking debate was she brought up like trans stuff or something like that. Or he brought it up. Somebody brought up trans shit or whatever. And he was like, instead of like having a conversation, the first thing he said was, well, all the literature agrees with me. And it was like, I don't know if we have to start with that curious, but okay, whatever. And then he went on to talk about, he confused the rapid onset gender dysphoria study with the Swedish study. The Swedish study talks about long-term outcomes like post-sex reassignment surgery. The ROGD study is about rapid onset gender dysphoria and the social contagion theory of gender dysphoria. And he like fucked those two up and like cited her the wrong thing. And then when she was like, is it the ROGD study? He goes, no, it's the PubMed study. The PubMed study, you guys. How many studies are on PubMed, you guys? Lauren is kind of hot, Matt Torrance. I agree. But anyway, yeah. So that was actually, this is a good Xanderhal, like, streamable debate moment. The Lauren Southern one is hilarious. I think about that, like, every day. I think it's so fucking funny. I think it's so fucking, yeah, the PubMed study. Oh, okay, good one.
A holocaust of disabled people on a moon colony.
I mean, yeah.
What the fuck? What the fuck are you saying? What are you saying? What the fuck are you saying? Disabled. I'm on Blog TV with my fucking hands up. Come on, Alex. Think. What would Vorsh say?
It's possible for an adult and a child to have a sexual relationship and for it to have positive outcomes on the child as well.
Oh, no. Now, to be fair, I don't think he actually supports the Down syndrome genocide because it would really cut down his dating pool. Now, when he accidentally pledges his allegiance to a Down syndrome genocide, he's going to blast out an excuse to escape the debate, and I love his excuses. Sometimes he goes, hold on a second, chat, where's the dragon? Where's the big dragon?
Point, you should be agnostic, which still doesn't ground you to say all consumption under capitalism is unethical, right?
Hold on a second. Hey, chat, how the fuck do I get the thing to go to the DLC area? Killed the Hydra. I have Dusk's ring. I killed the little crystal dude.
Sometimes he...
This is like the lamest shit ever. Wick did this the other day. You guys, I love watching all the political streams and shit. I never talk about it, but I like watching them. They're like my comfort videos. Wick did this the other day when he was debating Destiny, like in the middle of their fucking conversation. He was like, thank you, Big Dick Johnson, for the $7 super chat. Blah, blah, blah. And he would like read it out. I was like, what are you doing right now? You're like in the middle of a fucking conversation. Like if you can't multitask, don't do it. If you're unable to multitask, just don't. But the Down syndrome genocide was in I think it was like a veganism debate where it's like if you, maybe it wasn't veganism, maybe it was like capitalism or whatever, where it was like, no, it must have been veganism. I don't really think that people talk about like the genocide of disabled people unless they're really talking about veganism, because they'll talk about, you know, like, oh, well, animals are like low IQ and unsentient, and people are like, oh, well, there are human beings that are low Q and like non-sentient, like people with Down syndrome. Should we kill them? Like, I would imagine it was a veganism debate, but I'm not refreshed on my Xanderhal lore right now, you guys. But either way, during a conversation, he did say like, yeah, I guess we would have to genocide disabled Down syndrome people. Yes, he did say that, yes.
He drinks some salt water and throws up over himself. Sometimes he just gets a gun out and just blasts his junky girlfriend in the back of the head.
Rap music is like the best example of black culture that comes to mind, right? What?
Oh, God. Hit him with the Liana Kersner, you guys. Hit him with the Liana Kersner. I love rap music, you guys. Black culture. Wakanda forever. It's like, do you not hear what you're fucking saying, bro? Do you not hear what you're saying, bro? And then I want to go back because I missed the puke
rap
clip.
music is just jump, dude. The Hydra. Hey,
Where's
chat,
the
how
puke
the fuck
clip?
do I get killed?
Just gets a gun out and just blasts his junky girlfriend in the back of the head.
Rap music is like the best example of black culture.
No, I missed the puke clip. Where is it?
Gets a gun out and just blasts
right here.
Dude.
Sometimes he drinks some salt water and throws up over himself. Sometimes he just...
That was the funniest clip ever. Him puking lives rent-free in my head. The clip of him puking on stream. Rent-free in my head, dude. Rent-free.
Gets a gun out and just blasts his junky girlfriend in the back of the head.
Rap music is like the best example of black culture that comes to mind, right? What rap music is about getting rich, being good at rap, and smoking weed.
This is the most...
No comment.
white guy on the planet. Just list off black stereotypes. Rap music, it's about getting rich, smoking weed, raping white women. Yeah, they got that one on the BLM flag. Like most leftists, his entire social commentary is pretty much, you disagree with me? You're a Nazi. I don't make the rules. He called Mauler an alt-right fascist because he didn't like Rings of Power, the TV show. He then proceeds to soy out over...
Rings of Power is ass. Anyone who disagrees with me is literally Hitler. I'm just saying that right now.
Scene in the first, like, 2 or 3 minutes of the show alone just fucking sold me. Let's watch this clip.
We left Valinor.
Look at this low IQ dipshit.
To a distant realm, one filled with untold perils and strange creatures beyond count.
How can you watch the original Peter Jackson trilogy of Lord of the Rings, and then see this and be like, oh, it's gonna be so good, dude. No, no. Oh my God. Remember how we were just bitching about how I hate people that like can't engage in like media critically? Foreshadowing.
The place known as Middle Earth.
I don't think that you can clip on YouTube. I'm streaming on Twitch. You can clip on Twitch though. I think that I have to turn on... Do I have to turn on a setting or something on... I think I have to turn on a setting. I don't think I've done that yet. However, I am streaming on Twitch. You can clip on Twitch.
I don't think you guys can really understand exactly how hard my dick got.
You stop watching Marvel movies, bro. You fucking goy.
Okay, very cool.
Reminds me of when Vorsh was applying his knowledge of Iron Man to the Kyle Rittenhouse trial.
In the context there and how legitimate the lethal threat is. I do believe that. I think that there's a lot of nuance there. But listen, all I know is I've seen a lot of Marvel movies, and in the part where the good guy gets framed, and he turns around and there are a bunch of angry cops and civilians staring at him, he drops the gun and puts his hand up in the air, and he doesn't fucking unleash the fucking Iron Man laser and cut down 300 people who are threatening him implicitly by surrounding him and not allowing him free access out. So maybe that's
in real life, if you spend a lot of time on Live Leaks or Ogrish or any other like gore site, you can see that where one guy throws his hands up and a mob comes up and somebody throws one punch that kills him, and then people cut his intestines out and they drag it over the street. So I mean, like, I don't know. I guess it typically
happens in the United States.
It's not a matter of it typically happening. I mean, like, there have been people that have been killed in these protests and riots so far, and I mean, like, who's to say that you're not going to be the next? Like, I don't know.
I mean, there have been at least 20 Marvel movies. I doubt you could find that many live leak videos of people being killed. So yeah,
True, dude. Like when I'm in the process of getting jumped, the first thing I think is like, Iron Man wouldn't let this happen. Very true. Very based. Very based.
I'll hinge my bet.
Mauler responded to this, and then Xanderhal claims that Mauler said Rings of... This is so fucking gay. Was gonna be bad because it's woke. Then Mauler asks Xanderhal to show a clip of him saying that, to which Xanderhal replies by saying that he didn't even watch the video. An interesting strategy. Let's see how it pays off for him. Xanderhal's logic is that Mauler is a Nazi, not because he's done or said anything that suggests that, but rather because he interacted with a guy who Xanderhal has arbitrarily decided is a Nazi because he made a Jew joke once. And is it a coincidence that Hitler also did that? After years of loneliness,
true,
and dating
Hitler did
addicts,
do
he
that.
finally
Yes.
found his people, Keffals and Tipster. They very quickly became best friends. When Turkey Tom made a diss track on Tipster, Keffals and Xanderhal had his back.
I do think that, and I include myself and every friend that I have in this, if all YouTubers were just annihilated off the face of the earth like a Thanos snap, the world would probably be better.
Well, they'd have to get your friends, else they'd miss out all the pedophiles.
Better.
Also, you guys, does anybody have this clip? Does anybody? I remember this clear as day. Somebody has to have this clip. Somebody sent it to me. Where Xanderhal and Keffals are talking, and Keffals is like, Xanderhal, you have to fuck on meth. It's amazing. Have you ever fucked while high on meth? It's amazing. And Xanderhal's like, no. And Keffals is like, it's so good, dude. You should definitely fuck on meth. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Anybody? 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 I remember this clear as day. Does anybody remember this clip? I remember seeing that, and it altered my brain chemistry forever. Anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to stunt lock. I remember that like it was yesterday. I remember them having the conversation, and Keffals being like, yeah, have you ever fucked on meth? It's pretty sweet. And I was like, some things can be inside thoughts. Some things you don't have to say out loud.
Because
Alright, he's not. Okay, then kill yourself, idiot.
What? I missed this. I got fuck.
if all YouTubers were just annihilated off the face of the earth like a Thanos snap, the world would probably be better.
Well, they'd have to get your friends, else they'd miss out all the pedophiles.
Better. Because
Alright, he's not. Okay, then kill yourself, idiot.
Okay, I disavow. I disavow.
I tried
Bad.
two monsters once. Biggest mistake of my life. Back-to-back two
Oh,
monsters
this is it.
was not
This is the clip. This is the clip. Oh, I manifested it.
a good decision, and I never did it again.
No, please be the whole clip. No, please play the whole clip. Please. Please. Please, bro. Please. This is the conversation. I want to hear it. Please, bro. Please.
Unfortunately, this great friendship has come to an end.
God damn it. They didn't play. That was the conversation where Keffals was like, yeah, you should try fucking on meth. That was the one. That was, fuck.
Keffals is friendly with Shoe on Head, and Xanderhal is a little baby man who can't be friends with someone who's friends with someone he doesn't like. So what happens is, Xanderhal makes a stream talking about burning the Keffals bridge.
Please, Rachel, show it to me.
And then he publicly tweets out that Keffals is a snake for being friends with someone he doesn't like. And then he goes on stream with Keffals and tries as hard as he possibly can to be a victim. Xanderhal doesn't like Shoe on Head for a couple reasons, all of which he's made up and didn't actually happen. To give you some background, Shoe on Head made a tweet criticizing the fashion brand Balenciaga for some bizarre pedo-esque photo shoots they did. They had a picture of a child surrounded by empty alcohol containers and wine glasses looking drunk, another of a child holding a bear that was wearing BDSM gear, and an image from a different photo shoot where a bag was sitting on a table of documents, the only one visible being a lawsuit regarding child pornography. That was her tweet. She was calling out this company for this weird behavior. Xanderhal, who bear in mind has been friends with her for 4 years at this point, backstabs Shoe-on-Head and claims that this tweet was her spreading a homophobic conspiracy theory, the intent being to rile up Nazis to go out and kill gay people. Xanderhal may respond to this by saying,
at no point did I ever mention that Shoe-on-Head said that gay people are groomers, or that the gays are grooming kids.
Which would be correct if he hadn't gone out after the fact and explicitly stated that she was spreading the conspiracy.
Shoe-on-Head's magnitude's larger than me, and her response to me calling out her support of a conspiracy theory started by Nazis about how companies are trying to push gay LGBT groomer propaganda and normalization on people.
Just for clarity, the Balenciaga thing was weird. I don't know if it was like an organized conspiracy. I don't know if I would go that far, but it was strange. It was, in fact, a strange series of events, you know what I mean?
So, El Bozo, your girlfriend does crack. He makes a video in where he says she shares Nazi beliefs.
Shoe-on-Head loves the company of neo-Nazis. Okay? She loves their aesthetics, lots of their beliefs, and probably doesn't disagree with a lot of their worldviews.
Fucking
generally,
die.
right? There's a
Balenciaga is a fashion brand, and he just showed screenshots of it. They did like a couple of different photo shoots, and they were just kind of like weird. Like they had like weird shit in them, and it was just like odd. And people like crazy conspiracy theorists were saying that like Balenciaga is trying to like normalize the grooming of children and blah blah blah. And then other people were like, no, it's actually totally normal for kids to be around like BDSM shit all the time, and like it's not fucking weird at all. It, you know, the two sides of the spectrum of political brain rot, but it was just like weird. That's really, maybe there was a conspiracy theory that I was unaware of, but my read at the time was like, this is weird, we probably shouldn't be doing this, and my read now is still, yeah, that was kind of fucking weird. That's pretty much as deep as it goes, I think, at least in my opinion. I could be wrong. There might be information out there that it was in fact this horrible grooming conspiracy theory and what have you, but yeah, it was just weird. It was just kind of weird. Yeah, just very weird. Just very weird. I don't know if there was like a secret intention behind it, or if somebody was just like really high when they did the ads or whatever. I don't know, but I don't think it was like a coordinated conspiracy theory. It was just odd. It was just odd, you know?
The reason she likes to hang out with them so much.
I find it interesting that he is friends with this person who he believes to be a Nazi, right up until they call out pedophilia. That's where he draws the line on that one. She loves to hang out with neo-Nazis. Thumbs up to that. Calling out pedophiles?
Oh, here's an interesting one. Why are you as a father so obsessed with growing normalization of pedophilia? Do you guys really think there's actually a growing normalization of pedophilia?
I mean, yes. Like, look at just how fanatical everybody was about, like, the lolicon shit. Yeah, I would say yeah. Especially in, like, left-leaning spaces, a lot of people are like, oh, it's just lolicon. And it's like, I don't know if that's the hill that we want to die on, personally. But, yeah, I would say yes. I would be concerned about that. Yes, I would say so. Can anybody in chat quickly let me know if Xanderhal ever said anything about the Vosh taxes folder situation? Was that ever discussed on Xanderhal's stream? Does anybody know this? Has anybody heard about this? Anybody? Yeah, she is dating a Christian nationalist or whatever the fuck. He didn't say anything about it? Okay.
And like Western...
And that's a good point, is that she has been dating this guy for quite a while, the dude who's like a Christian nationalist. Like I'm sure that you could make an argument that could convince me either way. I don't know like a ton about it. I do know that he's a Christian nationalist, and usually that has some sussy implications with it, however. But the fact that she was like dating this guy and that wasn't enough for Xanderhal to like burn the bridge, but this was, is very interesting to me. Again, I feel like a lot of people in this like immediate orbit, like Keffals, Xanderhal, Voosh, Jalen sometimes always gets involved in these things. It's like there's no principles. It's just I'm going to defend my friends, and I don't like that. I think that's bitch behavior. I think that's soy bitch beta behavior, personally. But that's just me. That's just me, you guys.
Society outside of conservative spaces that want to lower the age of consent so that like old men can marry 13-year-old girls. Do you think outside of conservative spaces there is a growing normalization of pedophilia? There is not. This is conspiracy brain, that alone.
He's so politics brain. Do you really think there's a growing normalization of pedophilia? Other than half the country that want to fuck children? Other than the conservatives increasingly trying to normalize pedophilia? Do you really think there's a growing normalization of pedophilia? That alone is conspiracy brain.
Here's her shitting on a lefty and a Nazi agreeing. And then it goes even further as well. Here's him saying transgender ideology is quite literally a crime against humanity. They're good friends. Like, they're actually, they have combos and stuff. These are not just strangers or like, we're Twitter moots or whatever.
He responded to one of her tweets once.
Anybody who says moot should be forced to live in a barren desert for at least 6 months. Please pick a better word. That's such a, it's so yucky. Horrible word.
I'd probably go as far as to say that they're best friends.
The tweet that I quote tweeted that started this was him quote tweeting her tweet, her Balenciaga tweet, and saying it's time to roll out the wood chippers for the groomers. What do you think this person means when they say groomer, and what do you think?
I think they mean like groomers, like pedophiles and shit. That's what I would assume. I didn't know that we would be taking the brave stance that disliking pedophiles is bad. I don't know. It's very... I don't know, dude. Idpol makes you Wile E. Coyote yourself into so many different fucking walls. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's quite incredible.
I think Sean Head fucking knows this person means when they say groomer. So yes, I'm not fucking stupid.
She knows that I know that she knows that he knows what he's saying. I'm not stupid, guys. What do you think? I'm stupid because my IQ is below average? Because my girlfriend spent all my money on crack? I'm not dumb, guys. Don't call me. You couldn't read your tax returns to figure out all your money had been spent on crack. Keep 50% of your fucking money in your Steam wallet. I think you are stupid.
Creepy. Coincidentally, 2 days before this all hit the internet, Balenciaga left Twitter. Not only did they delete their Twitter account, but they...
Wait, is she actually running with this narrative? Okay, so she's also run with a couple of other blatant lies about Balenciaga through all of this. One of them is, like, she's been taking credit for, like, Balenciaga deleting their socials. Balenciaga does sort of like a Fortnite chapter reset type thing every few months when they drop a new clothing line or whatever. And they delete all of their Instagram posts and start all over, delete all of their tweets and like reset, like yeah.
They didn't drop a new fashion line, they just delete their Instagram. The rest of the video is basically him just going out of his way to try and make Shoe on Head look as bad as possible. He says that she was applauding MAGA rap when all she did was show a clip of it on screen for a second. She makes an Epstein joke.
Also, just so everyone knows, I am not suicidal, just in case news comes out that I was found with 3 designer bullets in the back of my head.
And he spins it as Shu claiming that Jews rule the world and wants to die a martyr to expose a Jewish conspiracy.
He doesn't say that, does
he?
So
she's just like full on, like the Jews are gonna get her, I guess, is what she believes.
How do you... Am I the dumb one here? Was the Jeffrey Epstein thing alleged to be done by Jews? Wasn't it just that he had like too much secret forbidden knowledge and so they like put a hit out on him? Where did the Jews come in on that one? Is that it was alleged to be done by the Clintons? Okay, I don't think that they're Jewish. I could be wrong. Let's just fact check in real time. Wow. Is Hillary Clinton Jewish? Anybody find it suspicious that I can't find any information on this by Googling it? Just kidding. That was a joke. That was a joke. I'm sorry. I'm just going to be clear that was a joke. Let's see. Does it say on here Oh, okay, here it is. Clinton has been a lifelong Methodist as part of the United Methodist Church. Okay, fact check. So if we believe that the Clintons were out to get Jeffrey Epstein, which... I literally just work here. How are we going to say that it's the Jews that got him if it was the Clintons and then the Clintons aren't even Jewish? I don't understand. He's like a soliloquy machine. He just like be saying shit. He's the one with the crack board in his room with the red strings, and he's like, Shoe on Head, Jeffrey Epstein, and then he goes to connect the string to Hillary Clinton, and then he's like, no, he has to move it down to the Jew. Like, where did the Jews get into this? Where? I thought the whole conspiracy was that it was political people that didn't want to expose that they were on his flight logs. I mean, maybe I'm just too... I don't know. I'm just too stupid to keep up, I guess. Whatever.
So now she's like a martyr who's going to get like killed by the Jews for fighting against their like pedo agenda or something? Is that what she believes? Okay.
I mean, I don't even know what to say about that. It's just the most flagrantly bad faith interpretation he could have possibly had. It's not even bad faith. He's just flat out making shit up. I think the only thing I can really say about that is that his girlfriend does crack and spent all his money on heroin.
The best part about this, though, has to be I was fact-checked by Twitter, and this is what they said. Although Shu often makes comments to cause amusement or laughter, this is an authentic Balenciaga marketing photograph. It contains an excerpt from the U.S. Supreme Court opinion in United States v. Williams, which upheld a part of federal child pornography law. I've never seen one of these fact-checker things just be like, fact-check true. I know Shu likes to get a little...
Does the fact-check say, yes, your conspiracy theory about Jewish pedophile elites?
Where... Somebody please help me. Where does the Jew thing come in? Where does that come from? Is he just saying that? Will somebody please correct me? Slanderholics in chat, please help me. Where is the Jew thing coming from? Where is that coming from? Is it because it's like an elite organization? Is that really it? Okay, so there's no logic. There's no logic. It's literally just like, let's throw some words in there and make it stick. Okay, got it. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the clarity. Because I felt like I was going insane. Because I was like, I could have sworn my entire fucking life that this was just like about, like, in my head, I'm drawing parallels to the, what was it? Was it like Wish or whatever the fuck, where they were selling like cabinets for like $10,000 and people were like, they're actually selling children. Like, that's what I am, like, comparing this to in my head. And I don't think that one had anything to do with Jews either. I don't know why that's being just, like, crammed in there. I don't know.
Israel, or did it say, yes, this is a real photo?
Wait. Oh, Israel. Like, Israel. I thought he said Israel. I was like, how did we get here? Okay,
From
sorry.
a Balenciaga photo shoot.
I got scared.
And yes, that document does seem to be the court document people are saying it does. That it is. Something that no one is arguing against. No one has argued, A, that those aren't real Balenciaga photos, or B, that is not what that document actually is. Have you seen anybody argue any of those points? That those weren't real Balenciaga photo shoot photos, or that document was misidentified? I have not seen a single person make those claims. We're shadowboxing right now. Shu, what are you doing?
Xanderhal is really good at debating the voices in his head, dude. Like, Jesus Christ. What the fuck is he even talking about? The fact that he has the gall to say you're
So a lot of, like, quote, elite conspiracies are alluding. Well, yeah, but that's like a super underlying, I'm imagining it like this. Are you guys ready? I'm going to get out my crack board. I hope that you guys are ready. So when I think of, like, the Balenciaga, like, bullshit, like, anything that has to do with Hollywood, there's, like, the conspiracy pyramid. And I'm sure that all of you guys are familiar with this. Where this level is, like, people are talking about, like, these people are talking about the elites, right? This is literally just, like, rich people. Like, when they're talking about elites, they're saying, like, people with a lot of money, influence, and power. So, like, even non-Jewish people, okay? This is like elite, non-Jewish. This is, like, the tier. And then the farther down you get, the more Jewish it gets. That's a horrible J. Like, the further down you get... I'm having a stroke. Like, at the bottom of the conspiracy pyramid, this is where the crazy people are. This is where the crazy people are. But, like, when people are talking about the elites up here at the tippy top of the pyramid, if you're not, like, fucking certifiably schizophrenic, you're not down here in this part of the pyramid yet. When you're talking about elites, you're talking about, like, Hollywood and, like, politicians and, like, rich people. Like, there are, in fact, politicians and rich people that are not Jewish. So when people say, like... When people say elites, I know that we can slide down the wall of the pyramid very quickly. I do know that. I do know that sometimes we slide down the pyramid. I totally understand that. But generally, like, when people are talking up here, they're usually just talking about, like, rich, powerful, influential people. But yes, you're right. It sounds to me like he is conflating rich people to Jews, which in my opinion feels anti-Semitic. Then when people are saying there are people in positions of power that are, you know, like, doing sussy-wussy shit, and because they're saying people in power, he thinks, oh, the Jews, like, that seems anti-Semitic to me. That seems anti-Semitic to me. Anyway, yes.
Shadowboxing, after going on an unhinged rant about something an invisible demon has just told him, is just the cherry on top of the fucking shit cake.
New York Post even called me a, quote, eagle-eyed social media watchdog. Okay.
Wow, New York Post. Wow, the tabloid site that doxes sex workers and gets them fired from their jobs? Oh my god. What a glowing endorsement from New York Post.
Why is he such a faggot?
I disavow the slurs. Pretend that didn't happen. Whoa. Okay. Anyway, you guys, moving on.
Faggot. New York Post called me an eagle-eyed watchdog. That's kind of cool. Why is it cool? They dox sex workers, you nick. What is wrong with this guy?
Oh my god, chill.
Say it. I wish flamenco had called your mother.
The other theory is that this is just a little wink, a little nod to the other freaks in the industry. Think the Wilhelm scream, but for, like, little St. James.
Thank God I watched the H-Bomber guy video, because now I know the background of the Wilhelm scream.
I'm not saying I'm being as hyperbolic as he's being, Roxy. I don't genuinely believe that he might be, I don't know. But, like, the idea that somebody says, like, rich and powerful people are, like, into weird shit. and then conflating that immediately to mean Jew, I think that that kind of explores a little bit of your underlying thought process there. Because if somebody said like, hey, there's like a lot of rich famous people in Hollywood that are doing like weird sussy-wussy shit or whatever, I would be like, oh yeah, rich famous people in Hollywood that have like a lot of money, they can usually get away with more stuff. I wouldn't be like, oh, Jews, like, you know what I mean? Like that leap, I'm being a little hyperbolic, but that leap I think is like, why are we jumping in the first place? You know what I mean?
The Wilhelm scream is not a wink and a nod to movie makers. The Wilhelm scream is a ubiquitous sound effect that has been used and reused as a stock sound in movies.
Yeah, I would say by accident. I don't think he's smart enough. I think that okay. I can agree with that. Okay.
Movies. It's literally just a meme in the film community. It's just a famous sound effect. What do you mean it's like a Wilhelm scream to the pedos?
Nerd emoji looking motherfucker. Well, actually her ass on the fucking Wilhelm scream. What do you know about the Wilhelm scream, dude? You never made a girl Wilhelm scream, bro. You can't make a girl Wilhelm scream. Every time you're with a girl, she diddly laugh at the attempt. I make her Wilhelm scream every time. If I'm really trying, I make a Howie scream. At this point in the video, Shu flat out says that she doesn't believe in the conspiracy that Xanderhal has been claiming she's pushing.
Do I think they are literally trafficking children? I don't think that. I don't know that. I've never claimed to know that. What I do know is that this is a huge fuck up from a billion-dollar company. And when a billion-dollar...
Okay, so they aren't doing anything to kids, so the worst case scenario is it was a kind of weird photo shoot and a different photo shoot with a weird document. So that's all it was. You're admitting that. You don't think that there's some child sex trafficking pedo ring in the basement? So apparently it's just subliminal messaging? That's what she thinks it is? Conspiracy brain is wild.
Conspiracy brain is wild. I can't imagine being that crazy. What do you think, Mr. Gorzo? I am interested in knowing what kind of person consumes and agrees with this content. You know, Xanderhal videos are being played in every psych ward in America. So after claiming that the pedophile document in full view, that even the owners of the company called disgusting, was a happy accident and perfectly normal, not at all strange. A lot of people called him a pedophile. No shit. He has to make himself the victim because he's a pussy. He says that this was a harassment campaign from Shu designed to ruin his career because she called him a pedophile on Twitter, which it shouldn't be shocking for you to learn that she didn't do that. She just said that their friendship had ended over disagreements on...
Too late, he did it and unfollowed me, just like Contra the Surfs, Hunter, etc. All of them over pedo shit. I'm normal and cool, not gonna stop me from talking about it. I don't know how the fuck you could take this to mean that like she's calling you a pedophile. She's just saying that you stop being friends over that conversation, over that topic. Like, again, I guess if you are a pussy, I mean, Big Bungie's right. Big Bungie, I love you so much. Big Bungie, please acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
On pedo shit, which is objectively true. To be honest, even if she did call him a pedophile, I wouldn't care. He's just made 4 hours worth of videos lying about her. He brings this up to Keffals. He also mentions that Demon Mama got death threats as well.
I think Demon Mama handles it probably a lot better than I do. She has gotten enormous amounts of harassment. Just the fact that she's a trans woman on the internet means she'll always get more harassment than I will ever get, like just baseline.
Soy.
Demon Mama also being a transient. You can tell what he's trying to do here, right? The manipulation tactic seems pretty obvious. I don't want to take anything away from Demon Mama as someone who has watched through their entire video.
Oh no, guys. Oh my god. Oh no. I have to show you. Oh no. Petco.com. Oh no, they're selling pedophile wear.
He put the hard work in.
This is actually a really funny bit. This is a funny bit. This is a funny bit. I'll give Demon Mama that. This is a this is a good bit.
He earned those death threats. Demon Mama does explicitly call Shu a pedophile throughout their entire coverage.
Maybe Shoe on Head sees a piece of leather next to a child and starts getting a little, you know, riled up. Maybe it's a little bit of projection on Shoe on Head's part.
Okay, this bit is not good. I think hot take alert. You guys, it's really not that hard to be like, that's kind of weird. I don't know if that's like something that we should be doing, guys. It's really easy to just like say that and like mean it. You know what I mean? Like, personally, I don't think that like kids should be playing with like BDSM shit. I know, crazy take, literally insane, mind melting. No one has ever said something more controversial. Okay, I completely understand. That is the wildest thing that you're gonna hear all day today, probably for like the entire rest of your life. That's the craziest thing you've ever heard. I totally understand. Like, it is weird that they did like a photo shoot where there were like documents that were relating to a sex trafficking case, and then they had the kids like pretending to be like blackout drunk and like playing with teddy bears that had like BDSM shit. It's just weird. You don't have to say like, oh my god, they're literally raping children in the basement of the Balenciaga factory, like they're all being held hostage. We have to go and liberate them from the evil elite pedophiles. But you could just say like, that's kind of weird. You know, you can there's like a middle ground. Like, this side is like, we need to like redacted Balenciaga. This side is like, it's actually totally cool to let kids play like BDSM Build-A-Bear. In the middle, we can just say like, it's weird. We can just, that's kind of creepy and odd. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Like, I don't know. Just like a weird thought.
Although he claims it was like a here's a taste of your own medicine sort of deal.
Hey, Shoe on Head, how come you only played that bit of the video? How come you didn't go back and watch the actual video with your fans? How come you picked out the one joke I made, the part where I say, I bet Shoe on Head wouldn't like it if it was done to her? If you literally just roll it back, I literally just say, man, I bet it would feel bad for Shoe on Head to be subject to her own rhetoric. What an idiot.
They never actually said that. These people just make shit up in their heads.
It's almost like there's some kind of mental illness at play.
I think it's unfair to say that most of the harassment and pedo claims are the fault of Shoe on Head and were in no way influenced by the person claiming that the CP document on the table was not weird in any way because it was public domain.
Supreme Court cases, such as this one, are in the public domain, which means anyone can use them for any...
Okay, really quick question. If I was trying to advertise something, and in the process of advertising that, I used public records of, like, the Holocaust, and I just, like, conveniently had them out. Nothing else, just that. That'd be kind of weird, wouldn't it? It'd be kind of, like, odd. Like, those are public records, you guys. It's public domain. I would just say that's kind of weird. Like, a very questionable artistic choice. A very questionable thing to include there. Like, and this is just, like, a weird argument. Like, okay... It's a public court case, it's public domain, that's fine, but, like, why is it there is more so the question. Like, you could have put, like, literally any other court case there. You could have put, like, the court case where, like, child labor was illegal. Okay, that's an artistic choice right there. We're going to include a copy of the document that says, the Supreme Court case that said that we can't have children work in the mines anymore. Oh, that's an interesting artistic choice. But a child sex trafficking case, I mean, it's just weird. That's all it is. And it's okay to just say, hey, that's fucking weird. You know what I mean?
Reason for anything at all.
Hot take, I know, sorry.
What does that even fucking mean?
How malicious and actively dedicated to trying to hurt me Shu was. One of somebody that she actually allowed to follow her private account ended up sending me a tweet she'd made where she said, I'm currently working on a Slanderhal video. She was going to make a video, and she called it a Slanderhal video. But yeah, she was actively planning, like, my downfall. She wanted to get revenge against me for...
Is it downfall for somebody else to make a YouTube video about you? Are you trying to collaborate and conspire her downfall because you made a YouTube video about her? Like... And Slanderholic is a meme, you guys. It's a meme. Like, people that don't like Xanderhal are called Slanderholics because they're, you know, they don't like Xanderhal. That's... It doesn't mean that she's, like, actually gonna, like, slander you and shit. It's just, like, it's like a joke. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only person that has, like, achieved consciousness ever. Because I'm like, that was obviously, like, a joke. Or, that was obviously, like, not serious. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm the only person that can, like, detect that sometimes. I don't know. It's very strange.
Actually not just getting destroyed by her pedo-jacketing allegation.
If you've done 3 videos about her, why is it the greatest sin that she does a response video?
Yes,
called it the Slanderhal.
Random Keffals dub. Interesting.
Video. She was planning a video in which she was going to slander me.
Oh my god, he's such a pussy. Oh my god, he's such a pussy.
Does that really sound like she's sorry? If she, like, my criticism of her was for spreading gay rumor stuff, and so her response is to plan
gay rumors,
a premeditated,
bro.
like, takedown video on me to try to destroy me as, like, a YouTuber with millions more subs than me? Like, does that sound sorry?
Why would she be sorry? You backstabbed her after 4 years of friendship and then made up a bunch of lies about her spreading a homophobic and anti-Semitic conspiracy theory, and you're still doing it now. Why would she ever be sorry to you? Bro thinks he's the hero. Bro thinks he's the main character. All I can say is that this guy's girlfriend spent all his money on crack. I'm fairly certain he has
How many times are we gonna hit that, bro?
Developments regarding the Keffals drama. It's pretty impassable, and to be frank, I don't really give a shit. So there's this person called White Nervosa. They run a site called White Forest.
We do know her.
Which is, to put it simply, a site where these bread tubers sell their merch from. That's not actually what it is, but the description is quite frankly a bunch of commie gobbledygook. So White Nervosa is desperate to shit on Xanderhal. And they make a tweet, like, kind of mocking him. Xanderhal responds by blocking them. At this point, White Nervosa is, like, rubbing their fucking hands together in glee because they've got all this behind-the-scenes information on Xanderhal that they've got an excuse to drop. So basically, Xanderhal was talking to people behind the scenes, trying to get them to leak private DMs of Keffals to shut the haters up. He stopped doing this when White Nervosa threatened to close down his merch store if he kept it up. Later, he retweets someone claiming that Keffals had abused their ex-fiancée. Keffals makes a stream called I Was Raped, claiming that their ex was actually a rapist.
This was just like getting whiplash in real time, you guys. I don't know if anybody was, like, conscious when this was occurring. This was like getting whiplash in real time. It was crazy. There was just so much slop in regards to this. It was quite incredible to live through. It was like a major historical event for like YouTube and shit like that, and like Twitch poll. I guess this was back when Twitch poll was like a thing. But my God, was this something to experience, you guys?
Abuser, and when they had fled to Ireland because of the Kiwi Farm shit, they didn't actually flee because of Kiwi Farms doxing them, but instead they were trying to escape their rapist fiance. All I'm saying is, I don't think it's natural. I think they take our silence as compliance. It's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. They have a 55% domestic violence rate, so it's pretty much just regular trans hours. The thing that makes Xanderhal insufferable is the combination of the rampant stupidity of Prince Andrew saying he doesn't sweat, combined with the arrogance of O.J. Simpson riding high off of an innocent verdict. Bigstar.squarespace.com. Wow, look at all these.
So that is the Slanderholic video. I love any opportunity to hate on Xanderhal because I think Xanderhal's a moron. Big fan. Yeah, dude, boo his Xanderhal. Boo his Xanderhal. That's all I gotta say. That's all I really have to say to that is, wow, incredible. Incredible, show-stopping, brilliant, amazing. Big Bungie, I love you. I would die for you. I love you so much. But anyway, so that's the Slanderholic stream.